Hi, I'm Hilda Victoria and welcome back to my Crime and Policing channel. I'm a lecturer of criminology and policing from the UK. In today's session we're going to delve more into the world of forensic science, and in particular we're going to look at forensic odontology, which is the study of teeth in relation to legal investigations and criminal investigation, how we're going to look at it today. So, a lot of stuff can be told by your teeth, and for some reason, this stream of forensic science often gets glossed over in some of the more mainstream TV shows, like, I don't know, CSI and things like that. But it's actually really important, and some really high-profile cases have been assisted by the use of forensic odontology. Most notably, I think, the case of Ted Bundy. So Ted Bundy is a serial killer, huge in the press and things like that. There's even a Netflix film about him. And you know, I will do a proper case study on Ted Bundy, and that's in no way glamorising him, you know, as a huge loser. But in terms of forensic investigation and other investigation skills, it's a really interesting case and study. So yeah, in that particular case, Ted Bundy's bite mark was a match to the one on Lisa Levy's buttock, and they took castings of his mouth like you would do, and I'll go through more of the process in a bit, but he got very distinctive teeth on the bottom, which helped identify him. So forensic odontology is massive, and it's been used a lot over the years to help assist solving crimes. So how can we help solve crimes? By looking at people's teeth. Well, your teeth are very unique, just like your fingerprints or the impressions made by your toes and things. I'm twiddling my toes in, not that you can see that. You're very, very unique in lots of different ways, and your teeth are unique also in terms of the size of your arch at the top and the lower jaw, the gait of your bite, the pressure, how you bite, if you've got an overbite like me, an underbite like that, or a cross bite. All of this stuff can be told by taking impressions of your teeth. And you could also identify the remains of somebody by looking at their teeth. It really is amazing. You can tell how old somebody is by the size of the jaw, which teeth they've still got, which teeth they haven't quite got, the condition of the teeth. If we're looking at the condition of someone's teeth, you'd look at the enamel and the roots and see how aged they are. You can age people that way. You can age people also by seeing if they've still got milk teeth, so baby teeth. Generally, they come out by the age of 12 when you get your adult teeth, and you get your wisdom teeth from about 18 until about 21. After that, it comes a little bit more of a minefield where you look at different techniques, but that's a good one to look at. And there are obviously exceptions, so where some adults still have milk teeth and things like that. We also keep dental records, so every time you go to your dentist, which I hope you go regularly by the way, don't forget to floss, they will take a scan of your teeth. They will keep a report of all of your teeth, whether you've got fillings, missing teeth, broken teeth, etc. So they've got a whole profile of your mouth, a whole rich history of what's going on inside there. So in terms of bite marks, these can be found on victims, suspects, other things like I don't know, foodstuffs, wood, leather. Impressions can be made anywhere, really. In terms of victims, it's generally in sexual assault or child abuse cases where you see bite marks. Victims also leave bite marks on suspects as a defensive wound. So if a suspect is, I don't know, grabbing hold of you like this maybe, you perhaps bite them to get them off, and that's where the victim would leave a bite mark. I've left some lipstick on my arm. But the victim would leave a bite mark on the arm, and a bite mark is a U-shaped bruising, and you do sometimes get the teeth ridges and stuff in there as well. You can also get DNA from bite marks. Even if it's dried saliva, you can still get forensic opportunities from that. If you puncture the skin with your teeth, penetrate the skin there's also a higher risk of collecting those DNA samples from saliva. You generally use a 2-swab method. So you'd get a moistened, clean, sterile swab. You moisten it with sterile water, not with any of your own spit or anything. That'd be weird. Apply it to the affected area. Let it dry naturally. Package it up for assessment. You do the same with the dry swab. Then you do a control patch somewhere else on the same person, and you take those off for analysis. Yeah, so that's his teeth so far. And we can also tell from someone's bite, the impressions they make, if they have had broken teeth, missing teeth, if you've got fillings or braces and things like that. In the world of Invisalign and things like that, teeth are changing all the time. I've got Invisalign. And when you have those scans done, they take like a complete 3D image of your jaw inside and your teeth. So we've got a massive record of what's going on in there. So yeah, don't be biting anybody. We'll know. Yeah, so this is how we look at forensics and odontology, and also by analysing teeth from bodies and things like that. And that's been going on for hundreds of years, like thousands of years. In fact, it's been going on for so long, it's been going on since the Roman times. So let's go all the way back to 49 AD. There was these two girls, these two women. There was Lelina Paulina and Julia Agrippina. And these two girls have got serious beef. Like, they honestly hated each other. More than Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, these two girls, And they were probably fighting over Julia Agrippina's husband, which is Emperor Claudius. And now back in those days, there was no Facebook and Snapchat and, you know, giving each other grief that way. It was much, much more savage. So what happened was Julia Agrippina was so annoyed by Lelina Paulina that she ordered her to kill herself. She's like, look, I've had enough of you now, mate. You need to go kill yourself. And Lelina Paulina did. Now, on the receipt of the news that she'd actually killed herself, Julia Agrippina was like, I'll believe it when I see it. So she sent a soldier to go and get the head of Lelina Paulina. The soldier brought back the head, and it'd probably been a while, and Julia was like, honestly, it doesn't look much like her, like facially. And due to the circumstances around her death, and because she'd obviously been decapitated to bring the head to her, they couldn't 100% say that that was her face. So what they did, Julia Agrippina was like, she's got really distinctive teeth, let's have a look at those. They did. She was satisfied. End of that story. Pretty brutal story, but yeah, that's how she used identification of teeth. And it also happens with false teeth and things as well. So another case was, it was 1849 in the US of A, and there was a doctor. There was Dr. George Parkman and a professor, Professor John Webster. Now, Professor John Webster owed Dr. Parkman a lot of money, like loads of money. And Dr. Parkman was like, mate, can I have my money back? It's Thanksgiving, I've got family and stuff. I want to go and go out of town or whatever you spend your money on back in 1849. And Webster's like, yeah, sure, okay, whatever. Well, over Thanksgiving, Dr. Parkman was reported missing. And the janitor at Harvard University, next to the laboratory where Dr. Parkman worked, was like, well, Dr. Webster worked, sorry, like, something stinks in there. I don't know what science experiment they'd been doing, but woohoo! So he broke in to see what it was, thinking, something's gone wrong in there. As a janitor, I need to make sure that it's not disgusting by the time the faculty get back. So he broke in and he found the remains of a person, of a human being. Under investigation, they found some dental fragments, and a dentist, Dr. Keep, what's his first name now? Nathan Keep. Dr. Nathan Keep had identified these dental fragments, and they were like, they're Dr. Parkman's teeth. I made those teeth for him. So they identified that Dr. Parkman's teeth were in Webster's laboratory. Now then, I'm sure you can conclude that one for yourself. It was found that Professor John Webster had killed Dr. Parkman because he owed him some money. Dude, really? Just get a job or something. Get a higher paid job. So yeah, this is how it's been happening for years and years and years, and it still happens now. And when you measure bite marks on people, going back to bite mark analysis now, not looking at your teeth, you will look at the space between the teeth. I'm doing it like you can see the inside of my mouth. The space between the teeth, where they hit the object. So, some teeth point down more than others, the shape of the bites, and then match them across with lines. It's similar to what you do with like looking at ridges and stuff on fingerprints. And that's how they identify bite marks and things. It's really, really important to take a photograph of the bite mark. They compare the teeth impressions. And if you've ever had braces done at a dentist, they put this stuff in your mouth. It feels a bit like plasticine on blue tack. Shove it on your teeth, and they make a casting of your teeth, and they match those up. Great, right? So yeah, that's looking at forensic odontology and how it helps investigations. What I'm going to start doing soon is looking at big profile cases and looking at all the different opportunities of investigation and forensics in those, so we can have a look at everything we've applied so far. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Have a great time doing whatever you're doing. Bye.